rock and roll.
Today, I have a treat for you. I get to interview one of my really dear and close great friends, Gary Hoey. Now, for those of you that do not know who Gary Hoey is, you sure as heck are gonna now. He has an album out, and it is called Deja Blues. And we're gonna talk all about that, along with the other successes he had, like Hocus Pocus. Who can ever forget that? How you doing, Gary?
Great, how are you, Cece? Good to see you. Hey, you made it! Yay!
Yeah, I made it.
You made it across the tracks.
Across the bridge. This is really cool. What a great find, huh?
This is a great location. It's funny. The guitar actually sounds good here. I don't know if it's the old. You know
what? It could be
vibe.
the spiritual vibes here, because we've done shows here before in the paranormal genre, but we got great evidence. Tell me a little bit about Deja Blues.
Deja Blues is it's my first ever blues album, and I've been wanting to do one for years. And a lot of my albums I've done like a bluesy song, or I've touched on the blues, but pretty much I grew up on it, man. You know, I grew up playing the blues. Eric Clapton, B.B. King, Freddie King, all the classics. And you know, today is actually my birthday, so I'm pretty excited to be with you guys. And I'm proud to say I'm turning 52 today.
Wow.
So it's probably a good time to do a blues album. So it's really the right time for me. You know how sometimes you get to a point in your life when you go, this is the time to do it.
Yes.
And this just feels like the right time, and the songs are almost done and written, so it feels good.
When's the anticipated date or approximate date that you think the CD will be released?
It should be out by the end of probably by the fall. I would say by November, the next couple months, probably November of this year. So
that'd be November 2012.
Yes, it'll be out.
We're going to play this forever, you know that. So we got to have the years down.
Absolutely, it's going to be in the next couple months. So it'll be 2012. Absolutely.
Let's give us a little rundown about what you have been doing over the span of your entire career. And I know we don't have much time, but just tell me, like from the beginning, middle to right now.
Well, I grew up in Lowell, Massachusetts, which is not that far from where we're at now.
No, not at all.
I grew up in this sort of surrounding, you know, the old bridges and things like that, in the mill town, which I grew up in. And I moved to California to audition for Ozzy Osbourne. That was kind of my big break.
I remember that.
It was my big shot. I went out there. I didn't get the gig, but I knew I had to go to L.A. I went there and I found a manager. I signed with Warner Brothers Records, and I did an album with a band called Heavy Bones. That album didn't happen, didn't take off. And then I did a song called Hocus Pocus, which was a remake of an old classic, and we had a top 5 Billboard hit.
Oh, that's right, absolutely.
And so that put me on the map. And then I scored Endless Summer 2, which was a surf movie because I was living in LA. And then since then I've been writing for ESPN. I've got a bunch of songs in different movies, and really just staying in the business really and having a lot of fun.
You know, it's hard for people to stay in the business. That they start off, they get this big hit, and then they kind of like peter up. But you're still playing with all the rock and roll giants. You're still filling stadiums on your own. And now you've got this great album coming out. Now, do you work with other artists to help produce them? And can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I love producing. I've been in the studio since I was 16 years old. I've been playing around with recording. I love the art of recording. And I just finished Lita Ford's record, The Queen of Metal.
Right.
Her new album is called Living Like a Runaway, which just came out. And it's a great album. It was an honor to work with Lita. And I'm doing more producing. I've been producing more over the years, and I just love that. And then of course some local musicians like John Butcher, Charlie Farron, Barry Goudreau from Boston. All these guys are actually
our old friends. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes it's like old home week. I ran into them at a studio just today, Rock 106.3. In comes John and Charlie, and it was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were there. They didn't know I was there. Their schedules conflict with mine and back and forth, but it's great to see everybody together. It truly is.
Yeah, well, my new record, a lot of those guys are going to be guesting on the Deja Blues.
Excellent.
So we're planning on a lot of special guests to come in and play with me. So that's going to make it even better.
No, you're going to be singing on that album. I know a lot of your stuff's instrumental. You going to be singing?
Yeah, a lot of singing. Yeah, it's a lot of singing. Because I grew up singing, and then I had a hit as an instrumental artist, so I focused on my guitar playing. But now I'm back to singing again. I love singing, and I'm still going to do both.
Well, I love you. You know that.
Thank you. I love you too.
You too. Can you leave us with a song, and you can sing it, and I'm just going to kind of trail out of you.
Yeah, I'll play. Sounds great.
Happy birthday,
thank you so much, love. Matter of fact, this will be a perfect song. It's going to be on the new record. It's called She's Rockin.
Let's hope I'm not falling through the river.
Yeah, there you go. Walk carefully, please. She's Rockin.
Thank
you, Lyle.
great just here.
It felt great. I like it. I think I'm going to record the album right here, man.
Short
Just bring
and
down
sweet.
some mics, bring a little studio.